Hello, everybody. Now, as you can see, I didn't have a pop filter, so I'm using this, so please ignore it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this. If you followed me on Instagram, you would remember at some point I was doing a little series called Reekid Reviews. I want to be able to do this series without it just being lightning fast, quick few words on VR games, and instead sit down and try and pick apart what makes a game good, and also figure out, what games aren't being talked about enough, try and talk them up, see if people will get into them. So that's what this is. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Into the Radius VR. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Reekid, what is Into the Radius? I've never heard of this game. Exactly. You have probably never heard of this game. For whatever reason, on Steam, it is, got good reviews. Everyone's chilling out about it, but for whatever reason, no one is talking about it. I don't know why that is. This game is absolutely incredible. Not only is it a single-player game, so you don't have to endure the screaming of Oculus Quest kids. I mean, it's good content. It's pretty mentally taxing. And on top of that, it is unbelievably atmospheric. This game takes a lot of credibility from the Russian poem called Roadside Picnic. Everyone knows Roadside Picnic was what inspired the Stalker series. Now, Stalker is a game that is almost identical to this game. I'm fairly certain that this game was made just to be, quote, Stalker VR. In this game, you are a guy. He's completely lost his memory. The tutorial kind of sets up the entire story. You wake up, you do a few things, you figure out controls, and then you bump into this white silhouette of a lady. Woman! This lady says she's trapped and needs you. Why does she need you? Figure it out. There's so much that this game just wants you to figure out and doesn't completely handhold and tell you this happened, this thing. It's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of complete mystery to it. And I kind of like that. Considering a lot of VR games don't have a story, or their story is really short and not kind of expanded upon, this is a nice change of pace. Anyway, after bumping into her and finishing the thing, rock up at a research camp. This research camp was seemingly abandoned a while ago, but you're able to completely access a room, a train to buy stuff, and go out into the world. The progression of this game is, I almost want to say, like Tarkov, but the thing that differentiates it from Tarkov is the fact that your items are physically there. You put stuff you find on your expeditions into your room, not on a grid, not on a menu, but you put them on the shelf and you leave them there, and they won't go away, they won't disappear. It's amazing. It's honestly a brilliant feeling coming back from a big expedition with a lot of goop, a lot of goodies, and feeling real good about it. Like, seriously, being able to track your progress in a way that isn't, here's your XP progression bar, bro, and actually seeing that you're physically gaining more items is beautiful. On top of that, there's a shop. Little train car in the back of the thing. You can go in there, you can sell your things, and you can buy more things. But you need something called security access. How do you get that? Missions. In your little home, there's a terminal. That terminal has missions that you can activate. Some of them are side objectives. Some of them require you to go to an area and do a big thing, and that will give you higher security clearance. Better security clearance, better the items you can buy. There's also a guitar. It's kind of whack. For starters, I bought one and then walked into my home and saw that there was one just sitting there. So then I went back and sold it. And then when I tried to use the one in my little hub, I couldn't, for whatever reason, get it to work on my left hand. So I had to play it in my right hand, which was uncomfortable. Are you fucking kidding me? Like a worse Last of Us. Hey, you can play a guitar, that's cool. However, I could just put my controllers down and walk over here and grab my guitar and literally play the exact same chords. And it kind of only gives you a few certain chords, so you can just play around with what's given, and you can't really strum in a rhythm because it cuts the sound off. It just sounded all in all bad. Like, literally, I've got a real-life guitar right here, and, you know, I'd much rather just sit down and play that, even when I can't see the chords or the strings I'm pressing down. Now, let's talk about the atmosphere. Let's talk about the thing that really entices me to this absolute hellscape of a game. This game, while graphically probably isn't the most pleasing, does something very creative. Because you're playing as someone who lost their memory, and you're in this complete hellscape with areas that you can just walk into accidentally and half your health is taken away, and shadowy figure enemies that will walk it around and make a lot of noise near you, and then try and, you know, just slowly walk up to you and whack you in the face. Or this little squiggly demon that jumps at you. I hate it. I hate it a lot. It's really, I hate it. What are you? What are you? What are you? What the fuck is that? This game does something with audio that's quite nice. Rather than just bushes and a little bit of rumbling and some birds, it plays actual auditory hallucinations to you. And I'm fairly certain they get worse as the day gets darker. Where's my flashlight? Where's my flashlight? Where's my Oh no, where is my... Oh. The day gets darker. I could have just said as it become nighttime, but no, as the day gets darker. God, I have actual caveman brain. Oh boy. Hey, by the way, quick thing. Anyone want to send me stuff to put like back here in the background? Here, I'll even... anyone want to send me anything to put back there? Hit me up, because I love to put stuff back there. You will be sitting in a building sometime, and you will hear just horrifying shit, like crazy noises. It can be anything. It can be people whispering. It can be someone crying. It can be a rumble. Sometimes you'll just hear footsteps that aren't related to enemies at all. It's terrifying. And a lot of the, I'd say, skill that is required in this game is to get over that fear of the hallucinations and really discern what's real. But it's very hard to discern what's real, considering the entire game is almost pitch black. Everywhere you go, you need a flashlight. Whether that's the crappy little one that's red on your chest, which isn't a nice vibe, I'm gonna be honest, having a red light, or the handheld one. I'm pretty sure there's a headlamp. Haven't gotten it yet. Might change by the time I start recording this, so if it's any good, I'll let you know. But, yeah, genuinely terrifying for what it is. Anyway, I don't really know how I can sell this game to you anymore. By the way, not sponsored. This game is just incredible. If you're looking for a good single-player game that you'd probably be sinking hours into, and when I mean hours, you should give this game a go. In the Reekid review series, I gave a rating of games out of 10. This time, I'm gonna just kind of wing it instead of giving it reviews and just say, is it good or is it bad? Because realistically, the rating I don't think rating games is a fair way of discerning it. I shouldn't need to explain that reasoning. Every game's good, every game's bad. It just depends on who you are. So if you want to be absolutely horrified for hours at a time while you slowly make your way through a Russian hellscape full of the wackiest shit imaginable, I recommend this game. This game's amazing. You will get lost in it for hours if you don't have any lively responsibilities. And make sure you save your game. Make sure you save your game. Just please. I've lost so much progress because I forgot to save. Just make sure you save it. Anyway, that's all. Goodbye.
I would never cry to
Reekid video.
Let's be honest. I am a man.
Do you like Among Us? Because I'm venting.